Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to create a warehouse in Microsoft Fabric. Also, we'll be creating our first table and load data by using insert statements. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here we are in the environment of Fabric, and go to workspaces, and then choose the workspace in which you would like to create your warehouse. Now I have two workspaces, Amir's workspace and sales. I'm going to select the sales workspace, and here I have created these different folders. Why I have created different folders? Because I want to manage my items according to their different purposes, such as the data flows will go to the data flows, the lake houses will go to the lake houses, and then my warehouses will go to the under the warehouse. Now here I'm going to click a new item, and then choose the warehouse. So I will scroll down all the way to the store data items, and here is a lake house, but we are creating the warehouse. So select the warehouse here. Now once you select the warehouse, it is going to ask you the name of it. We are going to say tech data warehouse, and go ahead and create it. And now it will be creating warehouse. This will be happening in seconds, and it is opening this interface for you and creating your warehouse. Our warehouse is ready, and now we can take a look on different items available in the menu. So here's a refresh. So when you hit refresh, all those schemas and tables and whatever is newly created here, they are going to get to refresh. Here is the setting, and now you can see the setting. We have the name tech data warehouse, and then you have endorsement. You can check those different values. So here is our SQL endpoint, and you can use to connect from the external tools or Power BI and etc. Now Copilot is available for you, and you can show Copilot completion. You can turn it off and on, and then you have restore point. So we are going to go through all these later in the tutorials. Now here what you are going to see the next is the get data. So if you click on the get data, you say like, hey, here is data flow gen 2 or the new pipeline. These two features are available for you, and we are going to have a demo on them, and you will be using them to load the data from different places or sources to the warehouse. And also we can read the data from the warehouse, and maybe write to another destination as well, so that these different items can be used for the getting the data, or we can extract and put somewhere else as well. Now here is our SQL, and now you have a SQL query, new SQL query, new visual SQL query, and now you have a new SQL query in the notebook. So you can create a notebook, and it will use T-SQL. So I will perform the demo on all of them as well. Let's go right here, and it is the template available. So you have a new schema, so it is going to give you the template like or a snippet, say create schema name. Then you have a new table. It's going to let you give you some basic definition of create table, and then it's going to go new view. You are going to take a look on that one, and then a new store procedure. So you can select the object and just start making modification accordingly. Now here is your query activity, and you can see, so the first tab is the query runs. It's going to show you all the queries which are ran, and long running queries, and then you have frequently running queries. So you will go through that to get the list of those different long running queries or frequently running queries, or check which queries has been run. Now here we can the new semantic model and all that. We will talk about this later, and also some management for this one later. And here is your download SQL database project. So you can download the entire project and maybe import to some other software that you would like to work on. Now here is your open in, and if you click you can open in Visual Studio Code or SQL Server Management Studio. So if I will open SQL Server Management Studio, it provides me the name of the server name, so I can copy this and input to the Management Studio, and then also the database name I can select. I can download the SSMS if I don't have it. The same way, if you say Visual Studio, it's going to give you the server name and database name that you can use to connect via VS Code. Okay, great. Now we have get familiar with some of the basic items here, and I'm going to show you how to create a table here. Before I show you how to create the table, let me take you back to the workspaces, and here is my workspace. And remember that we have manage our all the items in different folders, and here is the warehouse folder. Under that we created the tech data warehouse, and you can see that it created a semantic model. Each time you're going to create a warehouse, it's going to create semantic model, and that's the default. We'll talk about the semantic models and how to work with them later in the videos. Now in the if you remember, creating the lake house, there was actually, every time we were creating lake house, there was two items created. One was semantic model and other was a SQL endpoint. So those were used to query, writing SQL queries to read the data. Now we go back here in the our tech data warehouse, and here I can say new tables, create a tables with the T-SQL template, or I can select this one and it is going to open a new query here for me. I can close this one if this is not showing me somehow. So what I can do, I can always go to the new query here and open from here as well. Okay, I have prepared some create table script, and I'm gonna paste it right here for you. Here is our script, and you can see that I'm dropping a table and it is in the DBO schema, and we are going to create some schemas and all that later, but right now I don't want to make it more confusing demo. I would just want to stick to what we have here. So DBO is a schema, and here we have a table called the customer. So check if this table exists. So this table does not exist, otherwise it could be dropped by this query. Now next is what we are doing. We are creating a table. So this honestly, this query window is not that great when I'm working with this one, because if I'm trying to minimize or maximize and all those kind of things, it's giving me challenge, and that's why I would like to work with the SQL. So anyways, what I'm gonna do, I am going to copy, I'm going to open SQL Server Management Studio, copy this link, and I have a SQL Server Management Studio installed, so I'm going to open SQL Server Management Studio, and then we will connect through that, and I will show you this query. So here is our management studio. I'm going to go to connect here and the database engine, and then I'm going to paste that link here. Once I do that, I'm going to provide my username, that's TechBrothers at whatever the domain you have, and then you're going to choose the database name. In this one we have tech data warehouse, so that's the name of the database, and we are going to hit connect. It is asking me authentication, and I'm going to provide the password that I have, and then it should let us connect. Okay, this is much better, and I can go ahead and right here, this is my tech data warehouse, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna click on new query, and then I will paste the same query that we had it for the create table. Now I'm going to paste it right here for you so you can see it easily. And here is the so in SQL, when we create a table, we always say, hey, I want to have this primary key, and then I use a different data types. So I use for the first name, let's say here is the primary key, and then I'm using first name as nvarchar, maybe some other names I want to save, and then I have some other data types used. So I'm going to go ahead and create this table and see if it is being created. The primary keyword is not supported in creator table statements in this edition. So we don't have a primary keyword here, so fine, I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to talk about all these limitations, what's allowed, what's not allowed in this data warehouse. So we're going to execute again, and it says, hey, nvarchar is not supported, fine. So I'm going to delete nvarchar, leave this varchar, and then we are going to go ahead and execute again. And now you see that hey, this an integer precision between 0 and 6 must be specified. So for the date time, if you have something like you want to provide how far you want to go in those seconds and all that, so this has to be done. So why I'm doing this, all these things, and here's the data type text is not supported for this edition. So why I'm doing all these things, because I want to show you when you are coming with the SQL background, you copy paste your SQL, and you are going to face some challenges, and then you have to work it through. And this is one of the reason I have put the code intentionally to make you feel like, hey, these are the different things that can be challenging when I come to this data warehouse. Okay, now insert into DBO customer, and then we have a list of the columns that for which we would like to insert the values, and then we have values, and then these are the values. So this is a basic SQL what we have here. I'm gonna go ahead and just select all, and then we will insert. So all the records are inserted successfully. Let's go ahead and take a look here. So I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm going to write my select query here. So select start from. So here is our data, and you can see that we were able to create the table, and with the customer ID, first name, last name, and all those different columns and data types. And now we have inserted a data as well. So you can see that this is created at date time, and then we have a different remarks as well. We saved in as a unworker instead of we saved as a worker instead of text. So this is our going to be the first video where we created the warehouse in Microsoft Fabric, and then we were able to create our table, and then connect to the SSMS and insert the data into that table. I hope you like my effort, and thank you very much for support. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video for a different topic.